When will we be getting a release date for MCU Spider-Man 4? Let's talk about it. Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the release date for MCU Spider-Man 4 and when to expect the movie. But before we do get to that, if you are new around here and enjoy all types of Spider-Man content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you do not miss another video as soon as it goes out on the channel. You can keep in the loop with all the news from the games and movies and the shows. And also, we post fan fictions as well. And if you like that type of content, then make sure to subscribe if you are into that. And also, if you want awesome No Way Home t-shirts and the Blu-rays, I'll leave a link in the description down below where you can go get yours today. With that being said, let's get straight into the speculation, shall we? So first things first, you guys are probably saying, well, we've got all the Phase 5 slate. Marvel already announced that. And now we've got the Phase 6 slate, but there are a bunch of release dates that could potentially be the next Spider-Man movie. I want to make something very clear, is that Marvel never announces the Spider-Man movies in the phase slate. They've never done this and they never will. And this is because a majority of the marketing is done by Sony, including the distribution, meaning that Sony will be the ones to announce the next set of Spider-Man movies, not Marvel. Because as we do know, Sony still owns the full rights to the Spider-Man character. The only difference is now is that the last couple of years, while Spider-Man has been in the MCU, Sony has worked with Disney to make Spider-Man movies. But if Sony didn't want to strike another deal with Disney to make Spider-Man movies with them, they could pull Spider-Man from the MCU in an instant. However, we'll get onto more of the deal a little bit later on in the video. So yes, it's not part of a phase slate. However, what phase will it be a part of? And to look at that, we're going to have to look at the phase slates themselves, because even though Marvel do not control the announcement of the Spider-Man movies, Marvel and Sony still work together to try and place the Spider-Man movies in a place where they're not going to get eaten up by other movies around them, and to give the movie as much breathing room as possible. So obviously Phase 4 ends this year with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, so Phase 4 is completely off the slate. I don't think we're going to see another Spider-Man movie in Phase 4. Phase 5 ends 2 years later on July 28th, 2024, with the Thunderbolts. We know Phase 6 will end just over a year later in November 2025 with Avengers Secret Wars, which doesn't leave much room for Spider-Man to make his appearance, especially when all of these phases are going to be done and dusted within a couple of years. So to work out what phase it's going to be a part of, we really need to look at when the film is going to start shooting and when the film probably will release. And to do that, we're going to have to look at the timeline of events of when the deals are going to be struck to bring Tom Holland back into the MCU. Now, Sony and Marvel, as I mentioned, don't actually have another deal to make another Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland in the MCU. However, both parties have made it very clear that they believe another trilogy with Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the right thing to do. The current deal that Sony and Marvel have with each other over No Way Home was that Disney pays 25% to finance the movie, and Disney also takes 25% of the box office cut, leaving Sony with the rest. Disney, however, still has the merchandise rights, which significantly increases their revenue take from No Way Home. And that was the deal that they had struck with Sony, which saw Spider-Man come back for No Way Home and another cameo appearance in which Tom Holland is yet to star in. So looking at the timeline, personally, I think within the next 6 months or even a year, we're going to get some news on a new deal being struck between Sony and Disney. However, I think with the push that Disney are doing on the MCU, I would not be surprised if they try to increase their takings to 50% with Sony. However, if not, since a lot is at stake in the MCU at the moment, with Spider-Man being one of the key components going forward in the cinematic universe, I do reckon the deal will stick relatively the same if Sony are not willing to budge. And they will probably agree on a 3-movie deal. I do think the relationship between Sony and Disney on Spider-Man movies is as strong as ever at this point in time. And that's only because, like I said, too much is at stake for both companies. Marvel has just lost their most profitable heroes in the likes of Iron Man and Captain America after building them up for the last 10 years, and then obviously them not coming back after Avengers Endgame, with new heroes like Doctor Strange taking the forefront. Now obviously, because these heroes are nowhere near as profitable as Iron Man and Captain America were in the Infinity Saga, Spider-Man is going to be a key component for Disney, meaning the stakes are high for Disney. However, it isn't all in favor for Sony either. As we know with their recent critical bomb of Morbius, we know that their Sonyverse is most likely going to be on the decline. Yes, they have Madam Web and they have Kraven and a bunch of other movies that are going to be coming up in that universe, universe. But if the Tom Holland movies are never to be made again, this could cause a real issue for Sony, meaning that they would either have to bring Tom Holland into this failing universe, or they would have to reboot completely. Now, I'm not aware of the full logistics of the actual deal, but something is saying to me that Marvel would not let Sony take Tom Holland away from the MCU, and if Sony were to do a Spider-Man outside of the MCU, it would not be Tom Holland. There definitely is going to be something tying that specific version of Spider-Man down to the MCU that Disney has put in place, which means Sony can't profit off that version of the character themselves. Now, that is pure speculation, but if you are Marvel and Disney, you would probably make sure this is a very important aspect of the contract if you are making Spider-Man movies in your cinematic universe. So we've established that there is high stakes for both companies, therefore we do think that Spider-Man will remain in the MCU. But with all of that nonsense out of the way, a deal now has to be struck with Tom Holland, who is only contracted to do one more Spidey appearance, as I said, in a Marvel Studios crossover movie. But this is then where bigger problems arise, because Tom has expressed his interest in staying away from the character for a while based on answers he gave about coming back as Spider-Man, stating that it might be time for another actor to come in, or maybe even a Miles Morales, but he has also said that he'll always be Spider-Man and that character will be close to his heart. Personally, I think Tom Holland wants a break from playing the character, but is still committed to the role at some point down the line. I think the deal with Tom Holland will be agreed, but not for a while, since it very much seems like he wants a break after Spider-Man No Way Home. So that pushed a 2023 release date off the table, but what about 2024? Before COVID, Spider-Man's release date has always been around the July mark for his movies, and at the end of Phase 5, there is a gap in between Captain America New World Order and Thunderbolts for a film to come out at the start of July, before Thunderbolts' 28th release date. Films of this scale typically release internationally on a Thursday or a Friday, so the first box office weekend can be a big take, and guess what date Thursday is at the start of July in 2024? That's right, it's July the 4th. Therefore, I think MCU Spider-Man 4, based on the phase structure, timings, and how long it will take to sort out a deal between Disney and Sony, and then subsequently with Tom Holland, I think Spider-Man 4 could release on July 4th, 2024. Obviously, this is speculation, but it's a good guess at when we could expect it. Around the end of Phase 5, if not the following year, mid-Phase 6 in July 2025. The rest of 2022 and a part of the following year in 2023 to sort out the deal for new movies and a new deal with Tom Holland, the summer of 2023 to shoot the movie, and then a 2024 release date. Based on if Tom Holland wants even more time away from the character, this whole process, like I said, could be pushed back to a 2025 release date. But Thursday, 4th of July just sounds so perfect to me. However, there is one more caveat in this whole situation that we have not taken into account, and that's the fact that Sony already has a Spider-Man movie lined up for a 2024 release date, and that is Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, releasing March 29th, 2024, which could be an incentive to push this movie back till 2025 to give breathing room for that film. And I guess that could work out in everyone's favors to allow breathing room for the deal to work out and Tom Holland to take a breath away from the character, but we'll just have to see. Either way, expect MCU Spider-Man 4, based off all the evidence that we've got at the moment, to probably release within the 2024-2025 period. But with that being said, that is it for today's speculation video. If you did enjoy, make sure to like on it. Make sure to tell me what you think in the comment section down below. When do you think MCU Spider-Man 4 will release? I want to know all of your thoughts. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you do not miss another video as soon as it comes out on the channel. You can be one of the first ones to watch the videos. And also, if you want awesome No Way Home t-shirts and the Blu-rays, make sure to click the link in the description down below to get yours today. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.